All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to the third hour here of Burning Crowns. Let's go ahead and start doing something with. I think Count Ronald needs to go talk to House Leveton about securing some deals. You're muted, my friend.
You're muted. Yeah, we gotta go buy the bank first.
You gotta go buy the bank. You can't hear you, buddy. Nothing. Nope.
Are you muted on? You're not muted on Zoom? Oh no.
Oh, the horror.
Oh no!
No!
AP! He's probably has to
Come
rejoin.
back to us.
He probably just has to
AP.
rejoin or something.
Have you tried turning it off and back on again?
Yeah.
Well, I think he is.
Oh god.
Is this gonna?
All I
ruin
want to
the
do is go.
games?
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yes.
Cool.
I don't know what happened. Sorry about that, guys.
Hey, no
For a
problem.
moment, that was the end of Count Swan.
Yep.
Do
Exactly.
we have to reset the videos?
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you mind, just real quick?
No, that's fine.
Everybody, turn them off, and then AP, Daniel, Sam.
Yep. I should be in the right place.
Done. Perfect. Saved. Okay, so let's talk about some deals. You want to go to the
okay.
bank first, though, right?
Let me tell you my plan, my multi-path plan to solve many problems. My intent is to circles up a man named Lord Smythe Krushenko. He's the baronet of House Krushenko, which is a Regarvian house.
Okay.
I want him to have a specific disposition, which is that he has a bad head for numbers and just inherited an excellent bank, doesn't know how to run it, and is like, I don't really want to do this. My intent will be to convince him to sell a silly bank to me and to join my court because my general needs etiquette lessons and I need a sub-commander and an advisor on Regarvian issues.
Can I help with the circles test?
Holy
Because
shit.
I need
All right.
circles tests.
That is some strategery. Okay. Yeah, let's do it. So, let's look at the circles obstacles here for this. So our Baron, he's in your circles. That's pretty
Yes. Yep.
good. Let's
He's
see what
a
else.
lower rank than me.
Oh, he is. Okay.
That's
One rank
plus one.
lower.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 2.
Specific disposition, I believe, is a +2.
Okay.
4.
Yep.
Yep.
And then disposition, a specific disposition. Yeah, of detailed or rare knowledge. Yeah, so it's like a 3. So 1, 3, and no, it should be I think 2, 3 because it's like a very it's like uncommon occupation in the same setting. Not necessarily specific or unique.
Right.
So what's the final number?
Well, it's basically you're looking at the
4 or
difference
5.
between a 4 or a 5.
Okay.
Up 4 seems appropriate to me.
Yeah, let's do a 4.
So I'm going to use my Brevoyan nobility and my Rogarvian house affiliation.
Mhm.
Plus Sam helping me gets me 5 aiding dice. That's 8 versus 4. I mean, I'll take it.
You want to throw some Arthur at that?
Nope.
It doesn't.
Good.
No
I'll
need,
go.
motherfucker, but I will fate that because I've got a giant pile of it and it basically has
Yeah.
no use.
Cool.
Okay. 8 versus 4 is routine.
So Lord Smythe Krushenko.
Yep.
All right. So, yeah, no, I mean, obviously he's here. He's probably dealing with the Bank of Abadar right now about like, or the Church of Abadar about like walking me through what type of loans and things I need to do. And then that's probably where like that's probably where Demetrius came in, being like, oh, dude, by the way, you know, maybe like points you in your direction, and you start talking.
Good.
Cool.
Good.
So you have a meeting with him.
Lord Krushenko, so good to see you again.
Are your advisors with you?
Yes, the whole court's coming with me.
Yes,
Because
yeah.
I know you guys went in on these resources tests.
Well, I think it would be fair to say then that Lord Krushenko also has his advisors.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Right.
seems good.
Okay.
Mason seems distracted because Mason is starting to see stuff.
Yeah, that's fair. You have a lot. You have a lot to be chewed on. To chew on right now.
Yeah.
Demetrius seems very self-satisfied because everything is coming up Demetrius right now.
My good baronet, might I introduce you to the holy prophet Demetrius Sertova and sorcerer General Mason.
Father Demetrius.
Over
Yeah,
there.
and
I
do you
called
bring
holy
him? Do you
prophet.
bring him drinks and stuff? Hold on. Are you offering him drinks? This is important.
I mean,
Extend to the man all the courtesies.
I thought we were going to meet him at his place, and
Yeah, I thought we were at his bank.
I thought we were at his bank. It'd be a little weird for us to just bring bottles of alcohol with us, right?
No, I thought we were okay. I'm sorry. It was.
I thought you
was
said
under
he
the
was
impression
dealing with the Bank of Abadar.
He
so I
was,
assumed
but
that we
then
were at his bank.
he nudged. But through Demetrius Sertova, he nudged him over to you to have this talk. So I assume he was going to go meet with you over there. But okay, fine. We're at his
of
place.
course. No. I mean, wherever we're at, I'll be extending courtesy for sure.
Sure. Yeah.
The manorial estate of Lord Swan.
Yeah, he's
I feel like it's appropriate that we're going to buy the place, so we would go. We'd go meet him at his place. Check out.
Okay.
What we're,
Yeah.
the
All right.
goods.
Fine. Yeah. That's fair. You guys are offering him a deal, so he's in his place. He offered. Okay, so there's a plate of cups and stuff with wine on it and stuff, and he offers you guys the cups, and he keeps the bottle for himself, and offers you guys a toast for good wishes, and it's always polite to have a drink when talking about business.
Absolutely it is.
Yep.
Grab that shit and down it immediately.
Yeah.
Not even paying any attention to any ulterior motives.
Yeah. He takes a pretty healthy swig of that bottle. It's a good vintage.
I sip on it appropriately.
I think he kind of muses with his newfound wealth. He's had the privilege of buying a few vineyards already.
Baronet Krushenko, I understand that you have not been enjoying your time as an owner of a bank. It is a rare and unique skill required to run these institutions.
Yeah, he's like, bank no, but vineyards are quite more my speed. As he drinks some more. So this one came from, and he starts talking about the valley and stuff from.
This is a
Garvian.
fantastic vintage. So what Swan has done he's not drank it. He's pretended to drink it and like wetted his lips with it, so it looks like he's drank.
Okay.
But he's basically given up alcohol for a little while now.
Mm.
And he's just like, I would like to make you a fair offer for the bank. One you could purchase many vintages with. But more than that, I'd like to offer you a position on my court.
Very direct. Court.
Indeed. I'm afraid that I'm quite busy. You know the state of the Manning affairs around here.
Yeah,
Incompetence.
and he's like, I took a risk even coming to talk to you.
I'm aware. What with all the Mannings failing to defend our border, what can be done?
Well, I mean, with the poisoning of their duke, I feel like they're...
The poisoning of their duke? This is the first I've heard of it. I'm completely unsurprised, however, that the Mannings fail to inform their subordinate lords of changes of status in their...
So, if you recall, there was a mention that he was ill.
Yeah, I recall that,
Okay.
but not that he was poisoned. So I'm continuing to drive home the fact that this guy, like, when I got to the city, he wasn't like, come see me. He also wasn't like, here's a report on what's happening in the city. Complete silence.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be like, I hope that your experience with the Mannings hasn't been as poor as mine has. The Duke has simply not been attending to his duties for some time.
No,
We'll need to have a sit-down together with the Rogarvian houses quite soon, and I'd love to have you on my side of the table.
Yeah, that I feel the internal struggles of House Manning have let them neglect their duties. I thought it might be prudent to talk to you just to see.
Rogarvia is and will always be the first house of Brevoy.
Of course,
We will always be one step ahead of the rest.
May they always.
We cannot let the Mannings drag us one step backward.
Yeah. I think he probably offers a cheer or another toast to using the motto, like through fire and blood or whatever.
Through fire and blood.
To fire and blood, and
I will
as the
actually agree with that
Rogarvian,
one.
the Rogarvian motto of to their house.
I'll end it with may Chorgol rise again.
Yeah, may Chargol rise again, and they all right, we drink again, and now
Yeah. Pour me some more wine.
tell me more about these details, and we maybe have like a montage of you showing outlining the financing of like purchasing a bank and why it's in his best interest. And so now let's try to convince
literally
him
the
now.
bestest of interests. Gotta tell you, it's greatest.
So is it just a resource test, or do we have to convince him to sell first?
No, I think you're gonna have to convince him to sell first.
I would like to help. And the way I'm helping is, I think, going to be with suasion.
So
I
so like you have his
to
portfolio, you know, like you outlined the thing, you have your PowerPoint presentation about why this is an opportunity of a lifetime, you know, blah blah whatever.
God doesn't like investment banking.
The way he does this is he says what's this guy's name again? It's weird.
Smitey.
You know Baron Krushenko. The wine grape is actually a perfect example of Abadar's civilization. Do you know why?
No, tell me, priest, as he drinks some more.
Surely there is no clearer example of plenty, of mastery over our baser nature, to spend resources and time and land to grow not food but pleasure for the people. And you must know, I mean, you've seen your vineyards. Wine is no easy crop to cultivate. These grapes must be tended very carefully and with great skill. I think the Lord would smile on your talent for managing these vineyards, smile on your contribution to civilization, and just think, once you're rid of this bank, you can focus on this most true and holy pursuit.
Mason, you want to come up with any good philosophy here to counter that?
That does sound very particularly good, as he looks down the bottle and realizes it's empty and snaps his fingers, and a servant gives him another one.
So I'm just gonna say something about the architecture of this place. Are we doing this in evening time? Can it be appropriate to do this in evening time?
Sure. Okay.
So
this guy's be drinking regardless of whatever time of the day it said.
Sure.
But, all right.
So this happens in a chamber adjoining to a greater open chamber under a domed roof.
Okay.
And Mason looks up under the domed roof, and there's an oculus on top of it, a hole in the ceiling.
Yeah, but.
And Mason stares into the night sky, with swilling this glass of wine, sipping on it and thinking, before looking over their shoulder and commenting, Akiton the Red is blocking out the Grey Warden. Yes, now would be an appropriate time, a good omen, in fact, to let go of
to help him with the
astrology.
Astrology in the role to come. Sure. That's great.
So I'd like to do some forking.
I give you 2 dice.
And I think
Excellent.
So it's pretty clear that Lord Krushenko doesn't really know what he's doing, but I think his advisors are the ones who are kind of putting up the most amount of defense. So really, it's going to be convincing the advisors. Or no, I'm sorry. No, you were right. It's actually going to be convincing Lord Krushenko to basically override his advisors here to do this, right?
Sounds perfect.
So I need to check something with UAP, and that is, as far as you're laying this deal out on us, and as far as you've informed Mason of what we're actually doing here, you're not actually shafting this guy, are you?
No,
no. Offering to pay him well and offering him a base.
I'm gonna offer him 9 dice for that 4D fund.
Cool.
I'm paying him exactly what it's worth.
It's a buyout. Obviously, he wouldn't be doing it if he didn't think he could make money with the business. But the guy's gonna get his fair money, and he's not gonna have to run the business.
Okay, then I stand by it. I'm helping you.
You know what's also more important than money? As he says, he's kind of slurring his words a little bit now.
God.
Legacy.
The
legacy is quite important.
And just think, your name on the bottle, the finest wines in all of Brevoy.
I'm thinking more about the legacy for my children. I have children of marriageable age.
Oh no.
Smythe, my good baronet, sell me this bank, join my court, and we'll see if we can find some excellent positions for your children. Administration, army command, colonization. You may have heard I recently brokered a deal with both the Sertovans and the Lebatons.
I did hear that. You are quite the matchmaker. And, Okay.
I'm scarring this guy. I'm literally like, stick with me and you'll never go hungry again!
Yeah, no, you absolutely are. But here's the thing. I think this is really good, like, stakes, what's at play, but I think what could be at fail here is the immediacy and severity of the impact of what we're talking about right now. Instead of at a later date, it needs to be sooner than later kind of stuff.
Well, maybe then we just don't
Like
make this all or nothing. Maybe this is when we take it into a duel of wits, because that sounds like the perfect compromise. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
that's another way of doing
this
it.
isn't an all or nothing
let's
situation.
let's shade out this versus.
I'm confused what's happening. I'm good with all or nothing here.
Okay.
Cool.
I'm willing to put it all on the line, Krishenko.
So this is why I think it's not. I was hesitant to do Duel of Wits because technically this isn't really a belief.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
This is
maybe
just me making money and getting.
Yeah, it's kind of like your third
serving
one, though,
a previous
bit.
belief I had, which was to get Mason an advisor.
Yeah. So it's
I
kind of
need to follow through on my word.
It sounds like it's just a roll then. Like.
Yeah, that's why I was afraid of doing that one that way. So let's just do a versus test here.
I mean, if marriage is a consideration, then perhaps Lord Swan's considerable and proven skills as a matchmaker would come up in uniting other Rogavian houses.
Indeed.
No, all right. So he's got a marriageable heir. He's got a son.
Marriageable heir. I'm writing this down.
What he's going to need to do is he's going to need to get something out of this. He's going to need to either get you need to find him a wife or other new lands to have.
Hey,
I mean, other new land. I'm just leaning towards him, and I'm just like, did you hear that we'll be moving south soon?
Yes.
Once we get past this Manning business, we can get back to conquering, like we used to.
Oh, Eric?
Yeah?
Is Rogavian-wise an appropriate test to see what other houses in that cluster of houses would have marriageable daughters of an appropriate age and of a good enough station and breeding?
Yeah, if you want just the minor houses of House Rogarvia, yes.
Yeah, be like, I'm like, Mason is gonna mull it over and be like, oh, but this house has a daughter that Count Swan could facilitate your son marrying to, and that would be good for your house because reasons.
Yeah.
Reasons.
Yeah. What sort of wise are we looking at? Rogarvia-wise?
Yeah, Rogarvia-wise. If you want to conjure one up with the wise, that seems pretty reasonable. I think this would probably be a 3.
Cool. Take it.
Because this is a very specific thing, right?
Can I? Oh, I don't have the skills, so I can't help.
Yeah. What is an appropriate failure?
Yeah.
I'm overselling it. That maybe he believes me, but it's actually not true, and Swan has to do more legwork.
Yeah. Boy, that's really good. No, I think it's gonna be even better. The importance of his son needs to be like very prominent. Like, you don't just get to fucking file this guy away. He's gonna be like follow you guys around. He's gonna be part of.
He needs to be treated like a baronet.
Yeah,
okay.
Like he's gonna be, you know what I mean? Like he's gonna be not like your squire, but like, he's gonna be like an advisor to you and stuff, right? Like, he's going to be an important person in your.
He's also gonna be on the court. Him and his son is gonna be on the court.
Exactly. That's what I'm. Yeah, that's the consequence of you fucking this up.
So
if you fuck it up, right?
For helping beginner's luck, do I have to have the skill, or can I just help with a regular skill?
You need to help with an appropriate skill or stat.
Okay. Can I help with ambition-wise then? Because this guy is just trying to find the best match for his son.
What stat is it?
This would be perception.
Yeah, it's all wises.
I would love to be in on that.
So the thing is, this depends on Eric's point of view. I would not say you can just help a stat without justifying it in fiction.
Yeah.
Just rocking, like, you can't. I would not say you
No,
can.
if you want to find a suitable heir for this person, right? So like,
I'll tell you
if you
what.
succeed,
I'll
you
let
find...
Mason bring this into me because this is all coming back to help me for my persuasion roll anyway.
Cool.
This is why you're here, my court, is to advise me, not the other way around. So
you want to find a suitable heir for this person to marry to. Someone you can recommend to Count Ronald.
Well, you said heir or lands, and I'm definitely moving. I mean, heir would be great if I can find some power coupling. Lands definitely doable.
Cool.
I'm working on it. I'm thinking maybe House Manning lands need to be trimmed back a bit.
All right. I'll take a modifier of 1 and throw against op 3.
Don't fail. No,
there we go. Massive failure.
Come on, roll.
Yeah.
Roll that
definitely.
6.
Let's do it.
Don't
well, it's double
fail.
too. I mean, it's an ob 6. You can't succeed.
Yes, you can.
Exactly. I can, but
just keep rolling sixes all day long.
Yeah. Okay. So no.
So I think what we see Mason do is like they mull it over. They think out loud to themselves. They're like, what house, whatever. What house, whatever has a young daughter. I think yes, by. She's the daughter of Lord so and so.
I'm just like shaking my head. Like,
they're actually wedded to be to part of like House Manning or something like that.
Yeah, I'm like shaking my head when Mason's talking. Like, stop fucking this up. Stop fucking this up.
Well, no. That's not what we agreed on, right? So Mason comes up with a good match, but it's not enough for this guy. This guy also wants to have him on the court. So in council with Demetrius, like I bring to this guy a pretty good deal. But it's just he also wants the court, which is fine.
If he's going to be living in the South, right? If my son will join you in the expeditions to the South, then he needs to be part of. I'm struggling to figure out exactly how to phrase it, but yeah, he wants in on your council. He will have a prominent governmental role.
A seat at the council.
A seat at the council.
So he will not be a mere courtier.
Exactly. So I'm not exactly sure what he actually would say, but that is...
Yeah, I understand the intent. What's the kid's name?
Yeah, no problem. Let me find a good name.
Ooh. Here's what I want to be clear about.
Einhard?
Ein. You gotta deal with Ein.
Here's what I'm confused about. What is the persuasion roll for now? Like,
I need to get the Baronet on Team Swan and selling me the bank.
This is essentially giving him an advantage.
The persuasion roll doesn't affect at all what the cost is to get him on our side, right? That's what I'm unclear about. Like, is it that like this kid is on the council regardless, and we still need a persuasion test to convince him to sell us the bank, or is it like we'll let the kid on the council so we don't need to make a persuasion?
So that's a good point. Here's how I was kind of picturing it. You're kind of like still negotiating the terms of what this thing would be like. So he throwing in that the land will be here and well as a seat of the council to make him agree to sell the bank. So like this is basically like a link test to set him up.
Yeah, I feel like what I just did was make something up about the fiction that gives Swan an advantage in the negotiation, right? You could have this young bachelor be married off to this person, and that would unify those houses, and that would be good for the overall movement of what you're doing.
Exactly.
And that just turns out to not be sufficient for this guy who also wants his son to be groomed for government.
Okay.
So he has to come and be with us, which is fine with me, right? That seems like a good offer.
Well, I mean, also we want this particular guy coming with us as well.
Absolutely.
That's what I need.
Him and his son seems like just twice as good.
Yes.
Right?
So what? The failed link test increases the difficulty by 1?
It will if Eric counts it as a link test. I did this to give you advantage, but I don't feel like we were clear enough about that in the intent.
No, well, I think the failure to this would be
the
failure is that you're getting the advantage die, but not at the terms that you asked for.
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
All right,
you're getting it that his son has to have a prominent council position as well.
All right, so I get 3 helping die, and one of them is an open-ended astrology die.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'd like
the last die. The last die is
I gave you 2.
It's always the last die. Yeah, 3 helping die.
Okay.
And I'd like to fork etiquette, haggling, administration, noble, lord, and merchant, and courtwise.
You have this is your land,
sounds
man.
good.
You
Yeah.
have the orcs for this.
This is
All right, so
literally
that's
why you made your
6,
this is like what your character's bread and
9.
butter is. Literally,
That's
buying
9
and
bonus
selling
die.
financial assets is like what you do.
So what's my obstacle?
The guy's will.
The guy's will's probably 4.
Maybe your
4,
disadvantage
maybe
because
5,
of the advisors.
It's 4.
Does the advisors add
so
an
many
obstacle?
successes.
Yeah, his would be 3 plus 1.
So many successes.
Yeah, that's good enough.
I think I rolled too many die there, but like the last 6 were all failures anyway. So
That's fine. I count it.
yeah, I rolled 3 too many dice.
I wouldn't worry too much about it.
Yep, I'm gonna absolutely fade it. So
And your
that's
last 3 dice were fails anyway.
Fated to make it.
I see some rerolls there. Okay, so that's 18 persuasion fates. Sure, why not?
Yeah, you do a lot of persuasion.
I do a lot of persuasion.
you're like-
true.
You double the amount that you need to roll with. That's cool. So what's like? Do you want to embellish on the description? Is there a flourish?
I
Well,
would
it's
love-
binding. It's binding that the sun is a part of the court now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, I've listed under my contacts Baronet Smiley Krushenko and Lord Einhard Krushenko as new members of my court.
Mhm.
So probably we're signing documents and stuff, and then I would love to just get Mason and this guy horribly fucking drunk for the amusement of the rest of us.
I'm in.
Like in the middle of the bank, like as they're closing for the bank, right? I have somebody like, oh, Bard, you come here, play some fiddle. We'll have them dance or something. And then like all the bank employees watch as the two of them are like, and I'm like, yep,
in.
this worked out perfectly for me.
Yeah.
I would love to dance with this lord.
And I
Because
guess it's
dancing and drinking is fun.
resources time.
Yeah.
All right, so here's the deal. I want to get a 4 fund, which means a 9 difficulty. I'm going to call on my... I want to make a liquidity cash reserve first, and then call upon fund cash, the help of my friends.
I'm in.
All right, so let me think of how much cash I want to liquidity. Maybe like 2 die?
This test won't even help me because I already have a challenging, but I'll still help.
You already have a challenging. What about the cash one right here? A 4? Would a 4 help?
No, it doesn't matter.
What about you, Mason?
I only need routine tests.
No, I have 4 challenging tests out of 1 I need. This is gonna not help me at all, but I'm still in.
I mean,
I mean,
yeah.
we'll still help though. It's not a
Okay,
problem.
well then let's do this. Yeah, let's get the cash die ready first.
Can I make the cash die roll?
Oh yes, but don't fuck it up.
Okay. I'll make the cash die roll, which is ob 2, right?
I mean, if you're just bringing in 1 cash die, sure. All
Um,
right.
and can I use the fund?
Yeah, you can borrow my
Alright.
2 die fund, so that
2
if
die
you fuck
fund.
up, you don't get taxed.
Does anyone else want to help with this, Mason?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Okay, so that's 3 extra dice.
I'm like gesture to you, and you like open a suitcase, and inside, is it enough money or isn't it?
Is enough money.
Oh.
I'll spend
Wow.
the fate.
That was a little close there, but yeah, the fate will help out.
I was definitely a little close.
Cutting it close.
Oh
Wow.
yeah.
Okay, Abadar definitely blesses this bank ownership.
Oh
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Gee.
Into it.
Doubling it. Okay.
All right.
I
Nice.
think my flourish is that they're newly minted coins. Like there's like we don't need to bring in a coin collector. No one's shaving these. These are newly minted by the church.
it's the Pulp Fiction, right? You like open it and it's
The
glowing
glow,
in your
the glow.
face.
Yeah, the radiant.
The last
radiant
light
glow.
of the sun setting catches the case. All right. I have 6 resources. Affinity for business gives me 7. The cash die gives me 8. The fund gives me 10. 2 of you helping gives me 12. Versus a 9. So you're gonna get another challenging for sure.
12 dice for the knob. This.
even with your reroll, this is tough.
Yeah, man. So what Why is it an odd 9? One more time. Why?
A 4 die means
that's
8,
right.
and then +1.
That's right. That's right.
It's
I forgot.
twice the number +1.
So AP,
Yeah.
I had twice
you
the
have
number in
all
my
your
head.
help reported.
Yeah.
Yes.
Take
6
another
dice.
take another 1 from Mason as they hand you back one of the bags of silver that you gave them on their employ.
Interesting.
And
So
would
that's
you like me
13.
to bless this transaction?
I mean, are you not gonna fuck this up?
I will not fuck this up. I'll spend
okay,
persona.
Okay. Actually, I wanna turn to you and say, Demetrius. Like while they're dancing, I turn to Demetrius and say, Demetrius, I see that your collar has been chafing at you.
It is a mild discomfort. Nothing to worry about, Your Eminence.
I believe I know why this is happening. I've seen the way you treat the lower classes. People to punish or berate or even kill at a whim. You once set Zytomir on someone simply for being contrarian when informing you of a situation. Abadar wishes you to know your place in the order of things. You serve him in an unbroken chain. From him, through me, down to the lowest peasant, and you. The strength of the chain goes both ways to bind heaven and earth together in harmony. When you are no longer the weak link in the chain will no longer be a weak link around you.
And Mason leans on you kind of drunk and is like, that makes no sense at all.
I will say, Your Eminence is wise. Perhaps studying Abadar's text has given you some insight.
I hope. I've given it to your cousin for more insight. I fear that she needs it more than me.
I would remind you, Your Eminence, I reminded that peasant to watch his tone with his superior multiple times, but I will remember to exercise restraint in the future. Let us
pray.
let us pray for this holy endeavor to succeed.
Okay.
I'll take it.
You need to chill, Demetrius. You need to take it easy on people who have their relatives eaten by skin changers. It's a tough life.
Am I being tough enough on you with failed faith tests?
I mean, you get a look in the description.
No, like I'm asking you as a player. Am I being fair with you with them? Like, do you want it a little bit harder? Like you failed a lot before. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you think? You guys.
I mean,
I know the Codex has some very serious consequences for failed faith tests.
So
it's not just like an oppositional thing. Like other bad shit can happen.
It's like pretty much completely up to you. I'll read. So it's the exact way it's worded is miracles aren't that common, and faith tests are more often failed than succeeded. Generally, the end result should be that the pleas of the faithful go unheard by the distant gods. However, the GM is welcome to intercede during a failed faith test. The character has sent forth a powerful call, and perhaps another entity has heard and responded. Perhaps the character has actually angered the deity with his prattle, and the irate god lashes out with a hex or plague. These effects should be used sparingly, but I'm confident when I say that the average GM will have no trouble playing God now and again.
Oh, man.
So, faith test is one of those few types of tests where nothing happens as a legitimate end result.
All right. Yeah, so the consequence of failure here, and this might be not necessarily now, but this might be a thing to think about. Basically, if I come up with a consequence to failure for a faith test, we could replace it with this one all the time now. Yeah, bad things will happen. Bad things will happen to our good here, good Lord Baron, as a sign for you to get back to your work of building the strong walls of civilization to the south.
Sure. Yes. Let us
right,
pray.
Let us pray. I have faith. Do you?
We believe
that the desire
Mason, Mason, is everyone praying with us? Are we all praying?
Mason is flinching at shadows.
Okay.
Ronald will pray with you.
A little bit.
Ronald does not provide enough dice for help, but that is fine.
Buddy.
It's fine. If I fail an Ob2 test with 5 open-ended dice again, I don't even know.
And everything is in balance.
Wow, holy shit.
Oh, there you go.
Holy shit! Holy shit! Look at that roll!
So temperamental.
Holy shit!
Dude, the faith. Honestly, I've never seen variants like your faith rolls, man. That's insane.
He is the outlier. I mean, Abadar
1,
clearly
2,
wants
3,
us
4.
to succeed
That's
on this.
5 6s.
Demetrius'
So-
faith exists on the Chaos Plateau. It's either there or it's there.
Yeah,
So-
seriously. Okay.
What is the unexplicable effect here? It's got to be something suitably cool for
Well,
that.
obviously, it's that you guys haven't been paying attention, but it's like been the same wine bottle.
Oh god, that'd be awesome.
That works perfect with like the religious diatribe.
Yeah, that you were mentioning earlier about it being a joy thing, right?
Cool. All right.
Or like,
And that's
yeah,
a single
or
heap of silver at the
it's
bottom
either
of the
that, or is it either that, or it's like we hear news later in the night, like, sir, like your harvests have been like doubly bountiful, or something like that, right? Or there's been like a huge watershed for a windfall for.
I would love that because
vineyards.
then I could do the scar thing again at the end of the night and
Yeah.
be like, stick with me.
Yeah,
I like that.
I like that a little bit more than the
Ever filling wine
exception.
bottle.
It's not ever filling, just exceptionally magical decanter, right?
Cool.
Yeah, no,
7
yeah.
8 dice. This
Because
is
that's
open-ended.
also like vague enough that it could maybe was just chance or something. But like, that's good. It's too serendipitous though. That's good. Oh fuck.
I'm gonna Pennywise this for sure.
That's a
That's a lot of
ones.
ones.
Yep.
Jinx!
So I'm re-rolling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dice.
All right, Pennywise it.
Oh, you didn't open end it.
I mean, sure, but
You only have 1 6 to reroll, but include that 6.
so 8d6. I need at least 3 successes, which I
Got
definitely get.
Got it.
You
Yep.
just got, yeah, you got 4
So,
successes there.
I'm gonna spend a fate just to re-roll a failed.
Okay.
Because why
I
not?
just want to keep spending fate and resources.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I spent fate on mine.
All right, so now I have a 4D fund, and I'm gonna sign over to Demetrius. Like at the end of the night, I will sign over to Demetrius my 2D fund of everything heading to the outpost from before to Oleg's trading post. I give him my 2D fund. I take the new 4D fund of Krishenko Savings and Loans.
Formerly Krishenko.
I want to keep the name. Sounds very
Okay.
solid. And yeah, that bounty harvest thing happens, and I literally scar this guy. I'll wrap my arm around his shoulder and say, "Look at the blessings that God gives to those who serve in my court. Stick with me, and you'll never go thirsty again." All right, now we can go to the Levetons after 50 minutes of...
golf clap.
Right. Jesus. Okay.
I mean, but that's like what we gotta kind of do in order to get to the point where we can succeed on an Ob9 test. You know, we gotta lobby hard and play the
Yeah.
game.
All right. Yeah. Cool. No divine afflictions. We can close this book over here. All right.
You're gonna
mean,
strike me
don't
with
worry.
a horrible pox.
Yeah, let's go to House.
Sam will continue to
Leveton.
open his mouth, so I'm sure that more faith tests are coming in the future.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. So let's talk about securing deals with House Leveton.
Did we want to do Elena and Demetrius side scene at the beginning of this?
Not if it's not pertinent to any beliefs.
Okay.
I mean,
I want to push the clock forward personally, but
Oh yeah, there's a clock for this.
yeah, and I wanted to say, by the way, is there a counter clock to be like Abigail? Because I was trying to convince the queen to not be like Abigail.
Yeah.
That was
No,
part of my
it's going to
earlier-
be it's going to be like a competitive clock where the dial's going to go back and
okay,
forth
well,
on
I'm
it.
glad that it's at
So
zero
it's,
right now.
so it's still at 0.
Okay. So my belief here is that I need to get Dame Sorona's enthusiastic support of hiring of her troops and second sons and mercenaries. Yep. So what's it like when we go into the Leveton embassy?
Hold on. Actually, I'm going to start making another clock of being good, which I think can only fill up if the Be Like Abigail clock is not filled in. Does that make sense? So this is like the actual project clock. So what do we want to call this clock? Be not like Abigail.
Be yourself. That's what.
Like,
So what Swan was saying was to be like the entire rhetoric of it was be like the shining light in opposition to her.
Yes.
Okay.
So instead of being like the dark devil queen, it's something like be the vigilant
light.
angelic white
Okay.
queen. Right?
Yeah, no problem. That can't go wrong. That can't have horrible ramifications.
Galadriel!
Yeah, no, it's like lawful good has never ever gone wrong.
I am as beautiful
Yeah,
and
no, the shining
terrible
light.
as
Okay.
the dawn.
So yeah, so the shining light. Okay, cool. All right.
Demetrius is hoping that Elena will be there, but doesn't want anyone to know.
Oh snap!
He's so embarrassed.
Well, I mean, of course Elena's at. No, Elena's not here.
I think I'll immediately comment on that.
Elena is attending some type of, what would be something that would call her away to another person's castle?
A visit?
ball?
A tournament?
Any kind of visit. Remember, like traveling takes weeks.
It could be a tournament too.
Well, I think she's just in a different part of the city right now. She's just not at home right now. She's like,
maybe she's like dealing with one of the banks. You know, like
Yeah.
she.
I thought we were coming here at nighttime, so I thought it was like she's having dinner at a friend's house,
Yeah, that works.
right?
Attending anything
Yeah,
for any reason.
House caress or something.
Yeah, yeah, she's having dinner at House Caress. With it's just not her. It's like a small little envoy. Yeah, that seems perfectly fine.
Dame Serona, a pleasure as always to meet with you. I was hoping that Elena might be around to entertain good Father Demetrius.
Ah, Count Ronald, I'm afraid you just missed her. She went to have dinner at House Caress.
Perhaps we can arrange a play date for them at a later time.
Play date. Oh, you're so rude, Ronald.
I think
Can I just say
I
a
think
date?
she's like, come on, Count Ronald, you should like have a little bit more. Like that was not the best joke. Kind of thing, right?
My
It was
apologies.
okay. Come on.
And she says 1,000 pardons to you, Father Demetrius, right? Because you're like in company with them, and so like you're making a joke about a plate, like talking down to our Sertovan and being like, "Come on, we can't talk down to our future husband, like our future family members," kind of thing, like winking at
What?
you.
Demetrius
mean?
looks terribly embarrassed and
Yeah.
unsure what to make of this whole situation.
Good,
That's
good.
completely fine.
Excuse
This
me,
is not his element.
Dame Serona, can I ask you something?
I know she's in a good mood. Yeah. What is it?
I've been curious ever since I heard your title. For what were you knighted?
Shit, man.
She held the hot gate against the Numerian barbarian advances. Alone, she killed 30 barbarians with her sword.
Yeah, no, I think it was due to
So there's an historical
was-
precedence for women
Yeah.
holding castles. So
yeah, no, I think historically, I think it was something to do something like I think it was for a financial reward or a reward of after financially like bailing out somebody or like helping the army with like funds and stuff like that.
you don't
like
say,
logistics.
That's so generous. That's
Yeah.
great.
Well,
I'm sorry.
during some kind of like Numerian conflict or whatever, like their supplies and everything helped out the
Wow.
478
Barbarians.
and whatnot. Yeah.
Well, good for you.
Oh, thank
Good for you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I've been drinking.
We're a very modest house. You guys are in an extravagant manner.
Yeah, yeah.
And like we're a very modest house. We do what we can for our fellow countrymen.
But of course.
Well, it is perfect that I have come to speak on you on the subject of aid for your countrymen. Several bandits have broken past the Manning border defenses and made their way into the interior of Rogarvian lands.
You don't say.
I know that we were
That sounds
speaking
awful.
earlier.
Is everyone okay?
Oh, no. My lands have been personally affected. I know we spoke earlier of hiring of troops and second sons and mercenaries. I'd like to accelerate that project. And with your blessing, by tomorrow, I'd like to send off a envoy to restore the peace for Brevoy and for the alliance of our houses. They'll be paid quite well. The job will not be difficult and will provide good experience for...
She's going to decline, and she's going to offer her own soldiers to help out, not mercenaries. She's going to put forward being like, please, for setting up this arrangement with us, consider it a small gift. Let me give you a small detachment to help bolster your defenses.
Before
mercenaries,
before Swan answers,
the current unpleasantness is the rising cost of mercenaries. You know, it would be more prudent for us to just use our own forces. Plus, you know, they're always going to be loyal.
Before Swan answers, I put an arm on your shoulder and I lean in, obviously drunk. I lean in and I speak in a low tone. I say, that is actually a very good offer. However, you should be aware that if she means to pull the wool over your eyes, she can usurp your lands.
More importantly, you know that if you were to accept that offer, then that's like a definite, Manning hates you, that's complete insubordination kind of thing, right?
I want to counter offer meet halfway between both of these and say, I will accept your personal house troops to come help clean up Rogarvia. If Manning won't do it, I suppose that we will have to do it for them.
Oh, you haven't talked to House Manning yet?
Oh, House Manning is quite busy, failing at everything they do.
Is it was that sickness that bad?
My understanding was that he somehow accidentally poisoned himself.
Poison? She mentions
there are all
really?
sorts of rumors about.
She's not surprised, but she says that, right?
Well, let us say
how
this.
Horrible.
Yeah, right. Sorry, I obviously, you know, we're quite a few episodes in here. I give the script line underneath. I telegraph a lot.
Yeah. I would absolutely love for your troops, your personal house troops, to come help clean this Manning mess up. And now would be the perfect time for us to further this support for further troops to continue to head south in preparation for the colonization of the river kingdoms. So my intent here is to be I'll meet you halfway. I would love to signal to everyone that Lebeton's and the Rogarvian houses were, or at least Swan, we're together. We're not just together with the Sertovans. We're together. But I'm gonna need your troops. I need that access.
Okay. Yeah, that seems very reasonable. I don't think that requires a roll. That's good. For now.
Nice.
If you're okay, if you're okay with the
I'm
what
okay
this
with
means,
not rolling as long as I still get persona for it because it's a belief.
Yeah. Well, as long.
Okay. Cool.
I mean, you're okay with the circumstances of getting it.
Yeah, I mean, I am okay. Let me understand what you mean by the circumstances of getting it.
Sure.
This action will absolutely set the Mannings off. This is it.
As in this will take another Manning revenge part of the clock.
Perfect. All right.
Because as long as you're fine with that, that's fine. Or we don't have to roll because we're okay with the consequences of it.
My next step is unite the houses. So this is it. I got the troops. I got the support. I got the money. It's time.
So I have a question for this clock mechanic we have introduced into our Burning Wheel game, and that is: does this clock mechanic adhere to the Apocalypse World clock mechanics? Will this push it up to 3 hours till midnight? There is no coming back from this. Is that where we're heading, or is this still like salvageable?
That's a good point. No, I don't think there's coming back from it at this point with Manning.
I don't want to come back from it with Manning.
Yeah.
Manning has flaunted their power and failure to me too many times.
Cool.
All right. Well, I guess probably some Game of Thrones fucking songs are playing as we shake hands over this.
Yep.
Reigns of Castle.
And then I think where we're gonna the last scene for the night is we cut back to maybe you are with the queen, and this is either like a day later or something like that. But she knows about this plan. Would you would have told her, right?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm just writing down here. I now have access to getting troops from.
She tells you, she tells you to not let them on your lands.
For what is the issue, Natala?
She tells you that allowing such. She's afraid that this will cause too much of a severance and will actually cause war. She's afraid that this could be something that could ignite things.
Ah, yes. It has always.
It's too dangerous, and she tells you to not let them.
I want to explain my position here.
Sure.
It has always been my attempt while here in the capital to prevent civil war, but House Manning is a threat to everyone. Their complete disregard for propriety, their incompetence, their disunification and decentralization. For God's sake, has the man actually been poisoned? He's a failure at everything he does. There will not be war with the Mannings. I will unite the houses very soon. We will sit down and have a Rogarvian meet. And we will settle this one way or another. Either Swan will rule or not.
Is it reasonable for me to be there? Because I have a belief on the line that does relate to this with the queen.
Okay.
Okay, sure. Maybe it's like an evening.
Maybe the whole court's here. Maybe the whole court's here because Mason has some towery stuff that they want to get done at some point. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. So after this, I can go to do that. So
yeah,
Mason will be there, and I think they will chime in at this moment by saying the exact same thing they said when Demetrius was getting hanged. They will say that in support of Swan's position. They will say, ruling with civility benefits the state, its community, and its people. Without civility, a state will descend into chaos. Behold the result of Manning leadership.
I just nod sagely like, yep, there's a reason I pay a philosopher to follow me around.
Speaking of uniting the houses, cousin.
Here's your revenge for earlier.
There is something I was hoping to speak with you about.
Just as a point of propriety, we should probably let that rest until after the first test has been resolved.
Yeah.
Oh, is it I didn't realize that there was a test here.
I think so. If Swan wants to make her agree that these troops need to go on her land.
Yeah,
it's my land. Whoa, what are you? This is my land.
Yeah.
These are troops of another house, another noble house that I'm letting onto the County Swan lands.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, so what's the role?
She has the authority to like order you to not do this.
That's true, she does. But
and she's telling you that I don't want to, like, don't make me come to this, right?
I feel like this is not a question of trying to circumvent her authority, but about trying to convince her that this needs to be done anyway.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. Sure.
I mean, I did make that role earlier to have her see me as a advisor, like as someone worthy.
Yeah, that's why we're having there is a discussion in the first place instead of her just doing this. Right?
That's
okay. Yeah.
So you can do this test because you succeeded before, whereas it would have been a no otherwise.
Yeah.
This will not come to war, one way or another. Manning will be removed. The only question is which of the other Rogarvian houses will rise. My people are a peaceful people, and I will give anything to protect them. County Swan has only a small guard, and we rely on the shelter of other Rogarvians. We provide the breadbasket of food. When you burn our lands, Rogarvians starve. Brevoy starves. Peace and order needs to be restored as soon as possible. And if Manning will not do it, I will make it happen. Permit me to do this, my queen.
Hire mercenaries.
What?
Hire mercenaries. Secure the legions of other Rogarvian houses, but do not use Leveton troops.
Using the Lebedans will signal to everyone that they and we are aligned behind Sertova.
Your
And it will
Majesty,
signal
please,
war.
Your Majesty, please consider that Lord Swan has only engaged the Lebedan troops for defense of his lands against the bandit attacks. Given the sudden and violent onrush onto his territory, the troops have no implicit meaning, politically or otherwise, that indicates an attack on Manning lands.
That right there, that's very smart.
Does Swan want Demetrius's help on this one as well?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, this is court-wise here. But...
No, a Lebedan presence on such lands would be a vulgar display of power.
Unless, Your Majesty,
it would be challenged. It would be challenged.
It might be, but then surely consider that such a gesture could be made from the Lebedans as a gesture of thank you to Count Swan for facilitating such a great match with the royal family. If the Mannings wish to oppose such a move, then surely it would fall to you, Your Majesty, to inform them that such dissidents cannot be permitted in the ranks, and when they inevitably decide to bluster and flaunt their might anyway, they would have acted in opposition to the crown.
Cousin, the defense of borders is one of the first and most sacred charges that Abadar gives to lords, their responsibility to the people they rule. If Manning is unable to keep his lands and his people safe, he is flagrantly in disregard of the most instrumental responsibility that the gods give to a ruler. And so he must not rule.
Cousin, sometimes I think you have more Roslin blood than Ishin. Sertovans are not in the habit of helping Roslanders.
Perhaps it is time
this is a Roslin problem. It is everyone who has a problem is from Roslin. Is that not clear?
Oh, I'm gonna move toward her and take her hands and be like, Rogarvia came to Sertova and brought with it alliance, and from that, Brevoy was born. Isia and Roslin together, administrating and ruling. Our relationship, this alliance, everything about it is a return to the old ways. We need to show the people that you and I, are like the alliances of old. Powerful and ancient. This is not some summer romance. This is not some minor scrape. With Lebeda and Swan behind you, and with that, the Rogarvian houses, the Sertovan royal family will have 4 of the 7 necessary houses. They will have the majority. Queenship will fall to you.
It's 5 out of 7.
Well, then we'll get the last one.
That's fair. In order to be a victor of a king's moot, it's 5 out of 7.
4 of the 7 for your queenship will fall to you. It will be a simple manner of turning Gores.
Simple Manning.
Stab.
Of turning Gores.
Wow.
Or what's the other house? Mediev?
Well, no. Wouldn't it be... It would be... Yeah. Okay.
It would be a simple manner to turn Gores or Medieved to our cause. This union, these troops being sent, your allowing it to happen, will show everyone your power, not the Mannings. It is not a symbol of civil war. It is a show of alliance. is not a military action. It is rule of law. Show everyone that you are a just and righteous queen. Allow this to happen, and I will do everything in my power to present you to the world as who you are. And with it, Rogarvian support. Now I'm really wishing I still had that D point around.
Now she's very reticent because you're throwing tradition out the window.
Am I though?
Yes,
or am I
you have
upon...
an oath. You have an oath to the Rogarvians, and you have an oath then to House Manning.
Yeah, but I'm about to destroy House Manning.
I'm going to try and poke that.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and poke that perspective of hers. Then I think see if I can work that a little bit for the benefit of my good Lord Swan here.
Sure.
I say, Your Majesty, you claim that there is a divide here between Issia and Rostland, but in fact, Issia and Rostland haven't existed at all except for lines on a map for the past 200 years. The Conqueror, our unifier, did away with those two places, and in their place created Brevoy. We only think of those things as cultural divides. Ronald Swan presents you a message of unity, which is what the...
Sorry.
Yeah. So I'm like, well, we have 200 years of there actually not being an Issia and a Rostland. It's just like it's a shadow on the wall. It doesn't exist.
You're a fool to think that such divides are healed over any period of time.
Not healed, but the ones who should take the first stride in that matter will not be the peasantry.
Those schisms will always exist. These are scars that cannot be healed.
If that was the case, there would be no crown.
In case you haven't forgotten, the crown was secured with dragons, which do not exist.
And the crown has been maintained through rulership. The dragons have been gone
through
for
strong rulership by the Sertovans in their absence.
And the dragons have been gone for 150 years, and people do not expect to see them return.
Swan's going to step in and be like, you say you don't have dragons, but you have me. You have the Rogarvians. Let me be your dragon.
All right.
I mean, you know I'm in a motherfucking fork seduction into this, motherfuckers!
Yeah.
What kind of Abra is he looking at here?
I mean, her will is 5.
Yeah, but it can be. I mean, it can be boosted based on.
Oh boy! I mean,
well,
please don't say that.
She wants to get something from you, though.
Okay.
So I think this has to be a duel of wits. There's a lot of beliefs on the line here.
Oh boy.
Alrighty. Let's see if she gets owned in another duel of wits.
Are we duel of witsing next week, or are we burning through it right now?
No, let's burn it right now.
Yeah, let's do it.
I was really hoping to have a little bit more resources. Okay. All right. Wow, what is my intent here?
To have the queen allow you to position Leveton troops on your land. And to sanction your eventual usurpation of the Mannings unofficially.
Yeah, something like have the queen trust in my authority as the new head of the Rogarvian houses probably sums up all those things.
Recognize you instead of the Mannings?
Yeah, that would... I mean, that solves all my problems all at once. Yeah. Plus, it also makes it very sad
she just wants you to agree to not use Leveton troops.
I know.
Okay. Then she might as well ask for something else. Yeah. You know what? It's going to be worse than that, then. No, she's going to... All right, let's change this a little bit.
Oh, Jesus. What is she
She's
going
to agree... you need to stop your machinations and growth because it's leading to war. It's greater than stopping this troops. She wants you to stop these your ambitions totally.
All right, thanks, Alexander Hamilton.
I mean, is that even a thing? Like, is that a thing you could be convinced of? If not, then
Well,
it's not
stop
about-
your aggressive actions against Manning.
I mean, that's pretty reasonable. Not like stop my machinations.
Stop your
in general.
aggressive and overt rebellion against House
the
Manning.
Mannings.
Yeah, this is causing really a lot of damage. So that's what she's fighting for.
Boom.
Cool.
Oh man.
Hey, you guys behind me on this one?
I am behind you and the queen, so this is gonna be.
You
fun.
motherfucker!
I'm going to throw helping dice in wherever I feel like it.
That means that you're gonna bind yourself to both failures, then.
Yes, it does. I mean, I am as the audience to this, I am perfectly okay with accepting the outcome. I don't have any stakes in this.
Neither do I. Well, actually, he can't stop his aggressive. Oh wait, I guess I don't really care about House Manning as long as he keeps chosen one. Keep on chosen.
I'm gonna look a little bit at the Duel of Wits sheet real quick.
Yeah, I'm looking at it too before I make any decisions.
Right.
I just had to help.
Throw them bones. Is this a minor thing, or is it a big deal, or is it a standard Duel of Wits?
Probably standard.
Okay, then the body of argument is their respective will, plus trait bonuses.
I gotta be clever with my helping forks because I need a bunch of routine tests for different stuff, and this is a good opportunity for that.
We keep coming back to that, man.
I mean, you started it out with your awesome rhyme in the beginning.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I know what I'm gonna do. Let me start scripting.
Only a cat of a different code.
Oh, man.
Oh, I'm putting him in the wrong one. I'm sorry.
Yep.
That show's
shit.
gonna be coming back fairly soon.
I don't remember which.
Usually.
Shit! I hope they're in the right order now.
You can recall
Well-
them to your hand and replace them.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't mind, I'm gonna do that actually.
Yeah, go ahead.
How do I recall?
See, this is where you should have used the Aristea.
Should right click and click take card.
Yeah, there we go.
Listen, man, I didn't know I'd have to be fucking doing this at the end of the goddamn show and I'd already spent all my other resources.
Come on, burn through it quickly. Let's see what happens.
Well, yeah,
Burn
you
through
can
it quickly.
just knock her out in one move like I did.
Yeah, like make it a reflection of our Duel of Wits. It's just like, let's roll. Point. Okay, it's over.
Well, she's a lot harder to defeat than you are. No offense, but
So
Oh, and she also has her
that,
counselors, though.
you say that, but her will is probably lower than mine.
her will is 5, just like mine.
Yeah, it's lower than mine.
Okay.
And do we
Willful
roll
bastard.
anything? We're just going against wills.
No,
I
it's
think
just will. In the
Oh,
standard.
perfect.
Then you would if let's see.
All right. Flip the first card.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have any? Do you have any opening statements? Do you have any anything you do? You roll to add to your body of argument? I should ask in the beginning. Like, is that a thing you want to do?
Doesn't look like it. We've already got cards on the table.
No.
Then will it is.
We have the most aggressive Duel of Wits. No one ever plays anything but point.
Point is a good strategy.
So, obviously.
I mean, listen, Sam, if I was facing anybody, even I had a plan to face Mason and get all of my other not so great skills bumped up, but this ain't no fucking joke, man. This is for all of the beans. I
This
keep
is for
having to
all
be
of-
like, I gotta go all in all the time.
Yeah. Well,
Hell yeah.
welcome to Burning Wheel. You have to go in all the time.
This dude is getting Obama. Like Swan's hair is probably starting to go gray.
Yeah.
Who's the oldest of Swan and Her Majesty?
I'm 31.
I think Her Majesty's 33.
Okay, so she speaks first.
Yep, so she speaks first.
It's a bad match, Swan.
I think she is look. We have over a year until the King's Moot. That's over a year of diplomacy and intrigue and understanding one another and getting to where we want to go. This is brash and overtly siding with Lebeda and changing the delicate state of power is too much and throws too many plans out of whack. This problem is not the only problem of Brevoy and the houses and House Urtova and the throne, while the most important problem is not the only problem. And the damage that is done by upsetting this balance upsets all of the other plans. Cease this for the good of Brevoy.
Swan is gonna move in next to her and like whisper into her ear, because again, I want that seduction help.
Yeah.
Let us upset the plans of others. They don't matter.
She meant her plans.
Oh, well, but I'm not rebuttaling her.
Okay.
I'm pointing. Let us upset the plans of others. They can't play the game at the level that we're at. Show our allegiances now and strongly, and others will fall in line behind us. We know how the game is played. With 4 houses, the 5th one will hold out and try to get a good position, but they will fall. They will want to be on the winning side. Show now who we are together.
I want to help Swan.
Okay.
I would also like to help Swan, but Mason can go first.
Yeah, Mason simply comments from the sidelines. Their lord was recently poisoned. Leadership is in transition. Things will be upset. Now is the time to strike at the neck.
Can I have a counselor help?
If there's anyone present.
Yeah. She's flanked by counselors.
Yeah.
So I forget. I think it's Kevin, right? Kevin was the guy who is Baron Kevin and the son Darren.
Yeah.
Darren Manning and the Raven are not to be trifled with. They are not in a weak position.
Fair. I offered my help.
I will help.
We have all signs are pointing to this to be a feint. They want action.
They want action from Count Swan. They will be crushed like maggots if they receive action from Count Swan and the and the hidden hand of Sotova. There. I'm done with talking to this guy.
You poo-pooed him.
Yeah. Step away from my chair.
I'm trying to figure out how I can get Falsehood in here.
It's not gonna be that bad.
I think what Demetrius says is we have evidence that the poisoner comes from one of the other Regarvian houses as well. Clearly, we are not the only ones upset with the quality of Manning leadership.
Swan looks at you like, whoa, when did this happen?
Yeah.
That's a lie.
And,
I am lying.
I am lying. Because now my lies get better. I'm better at lying, I guess.
And I think the counselor will say, the other counselor will say that, well, we have evidence that it came from inside House Manning.
Alternative facts.
All the more reason to attack.
This is all part of their plan. No, he's saying that this is their. Okay, that's fair, but like, I think both cases are good, right?
I would love for like both sets of advisors to just be yelling at each other while the queen and I sort this out calmly like adults.
That is how that's gonna go down.
How it's going on right now. Being like,
it's like
the
no,
Senate. This is what they want you to do. Like, this is exactly the trap. This is a trap.
Maybe I should pray to try to silence these advisors.
They're like, don't do this. This is a trap.
This is the Roman Senate. Cato speaks, then Cicero speaks, then both aisles start shouting.
Yes. So all right. So let's start building up our pools.
I would love to fork seduction, administration, noble lord, and courtwise.
Okay.
Take help from strategy from me.
Yep.
Help from falsehood.
So that's
bumping my falsehood up to 4.
7 extra dice.
So persuasion.
You guys are gonna knock each other out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Persuasion.
It's gonna be another weird day.
Ambition wise.
That's so Sertovan.
Yeah. Ambition wise, strategy.
She has strategy. Wow.
And I guess
there's a reason she's in charge.
Yeah, and I guess
I don't like this.
Noble.
She has seduction. Probably.
She needs to be killed so I can have job security.
She didn't do any
use
seduction towards me.
That's true.
Noble wise, court wise. Brevoy wise. All right, so that's I think.
I'm gonna dump 2 persona into this because why the fuck not?
Yeah. So what's your die pool?
I don't even know at this point. I'm on the Artha page already.
What does that even mean?
I already started the roll. Put my 8 dice in and hit enter, and now I'm putting in my.
Oh, okay.
I had 5 forks and 2 helping dice plus 2 persuasion is 9. Does that sound right? 5 forks, 7, 13. I think I have 13.
Find out.
I have 6 forks and 2 helps and 5. So
that's 8 plus 5 is 13.
13.
Certainly.
She's out.
8.
Down she goes.
Down she goes.
And
down he goes.
Wow. Yep.
So we must both murder each other at this one.
So it's a compromise.
Yeah, you're tied. So none of them can get what they. So either they have to leave the room and talk later, or they have to compromise, which means that neither of them can get what they want. Both have to make new suggestions for what they want and meet squarely in the middle.
So obviously this is how the scene ends for the night. No, she's like, we both don't get what we want, and so she doesn't want to see you tonight. Like, we need to like reconvene in the morning. Like, we'll talk in the morning or something like this. Like, don't do anything. Don't do anything stupid. Like, we'll talk in the morning.
Pick it up later.
Yeah, we're gonna go to take it up later.
I'm gonna squeeze her hand then as I leave.
That's fair.
Cool.
Yeah.
Shit, guys.
I guess all week we need to work on what exactly these compromises are, Eric.
Yeah, we are gonna have to work on.
If you agree to take it up later, you don't need to make up compromises. If you want to make compromises, you should do so now. If you're gonna take it up later, you should do another duel of wits at another point.
I think that just because we're at the end of the show, Eric and I can probably work something out rather than just walk away. I mean, we'll see, right?
No,
like,
I think we have to walk away.
Here?
No, I think we have to walk away.
Well, then we walk away and we come back to the discussion tomorrow.
Yeah.
Which is next week.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sorry, Mason. I tried to get you into that tower, but
I appreciate it.
Things got a little intense right here. Maybe maybe we open
That's
next
fair,
show
though.
with
Like,
you in the tower.
This is something we need to discuss, though. Like, that is kind of in her favor, a little bit, right? Like, you delaying on this is technically like good for her.
Yeah, but I mean that's just like the nature of some arguments, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to bring that up to make sure we're okay. Right. That's fine though.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing is like it doesn't change the fact that he didn't make headway. Just because not making headway is bad for him doesn't change that he didn't make headway in the argument. Yeah. Right.
Okay. Cool. All right then.
I just real quick, I want to offer like a thing. What if the compromise is she'll back it if I can oust Manning in the like Rogarvian sit down that I'm about to organize? Like rather than do it the other way around, send my troops in and then go into like be like, oh, I'm the new head. Do it the other way around and be like, I'm the new head and I'm sending these troops in to help clean up. No, you're not going for it. I'm not seeing it.
I mean,
we'll come back to it with another duel of wits.
I think we should.
We gotta come back to it. We gotta come back to it, man. All right.
I'm gonna need more.
Let's do some Martha.
I'm out.
let's calculate. Let's calculate some Martha.
Oh, Jesus.
Cool.
Wow. Okay.
This is really stressful game.
I mean, I know, but it's a good game though. It's a really good game. All right.
I need 2 more D's in persuasion, and I can finally get that shade shift.
Earn Artha. So we earn fate by manifesting our character's beliefs. Do we think we did that for anyone? Let's start there.
Yeah, I feel like a bunch of us hit beliefs.
Someone else can go first. I would go first.
Yeah.
I'll go first.
Okay.
Convincing the queen. I feel like that's persona at the very least.
Yeah, it's persona.
Solid platform of relationship with the Levetons, securing their enthusiastic support. We agreed that that was persona.
Yes.
Fate towards the primacy of Swan as the head of Rogarvia.
Yeah, obviously we act towards it. Yeah, we just had a duel of wits over it.
Yeah, and I got Krashenko on my side, which was
So yeah, it's a tough. This is a tough nut to crack, but you're getting there. Yeah.
I am responsible for the people as a fate farm, again, for multiple things, not limited to banking, administration, getting Demetrius to stop being so mean to the peasants.
That peasant had it coming.
Getting the queen to not rule over them like an evil devil lord.
Yeah, fate.
All right, I want to take a fate for using my Imperious trait multiple times to move the story in an extremely dangerous direction.
Yeah.
But just being like, I'm in charge. I'm in charge.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm in charge.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. So I got 3 fate and 2 persona, which is way less than what I spent this session.
Yippee. Okay.
I may actually run out of fate at some point very, very soon.
Cool. You want to go, Daniel?
Mine is going to be easy. I get squat, silch, nothing.
What about the book belief?
Nope, nothing. I touched on nothing.
What was your book
Didn't you have a belief about reading that book?
Yeah, it's not a belief anymore. It's been replaced.
No. It's so sad.
It's gone like 2 or 3 sessions ago.
I'm so sorry. I thought I was helping you with that.
Yeah,
I mean, he got a trade out of it. Holy, I mean,
that's true. That's a lot
big
more.
One. Plus, he can now cast detect magic at will. So
that is fair. Actually, a 5-point trait is like 4-point trait is more reward than Artha anyway.
Yeah, so fucking be okay with it.
Okay. All right, I'll go. I worked towards my first belief of getting myself and Swan declared officially in an edict.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't quite get it, but fate for that. I definitely tried to keep making sure that my cousin and Swan stay on the same
you were
page.
helping and stepping in and all that kind of smoothing things over as many times as you possibly could, for sure.
Yep. And
fate.
The last one, Sam tried to do it, but we didn't really see Demetrius try to do it because we didn't really have time, and that's fine. But that's just coming.
That's fair. Then third one, no fate.
Yep.
Okay.
And then I think I maybe earned fate for ambitious, because hanging on to Mason is definitely getting me in trouble. That, or maybe always assume signs of the apocalypse, but one of those two, I think, is getting me in trouble there.
I think, for sure. Especially dealing with the idea of trying to add magic to the church. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Cool.
Also, your little stunt just got it unveiled to us that somewhere in the future awaits us a giant undead cyclops.
It's true.
Yep.
Sad but true.
Whew. Yeah. Fucking crazy day. Oh, crazy day. Good game. Okay, then
GG indeed.
That's it for Artha. God, I love this game. That's a good game. It's a fun game.
Can we give the
game.
Isn't there Persona thing for Daniel for like
we forgot. Yeah.
He literally was like, I am a vision quester now. Look at all this weird shit I'm doing.
Yeah, so let's hold on, yeah, we weren't done here earning Artha.
That is like weirdly enough the best way of putting it.
I mean, you gave some really dank speeches before the Hierophant, like, yes, magic and religion can rule together.
Who should get embodiment? Should it be saying Daniel?
Absolutely, Daniel.
Seems fair.
All right, that's fair. Okay.
Listen, when I was like, I want to get Mason drunk and have him go dance, he got in there and then spent the rest of the session being drunk.
It just seems kind of weird that MVP and stuff aren't, and Workhorse are at the end of an adventure arc.
I mean, you can reward them. You can call the arc like it's scenario. So like the scenario can be whatever you want, right?
Okay.
Like you can say each session is a scenario. You could say that the scenario is when we leave new step in. Like it's completely up to you.
They are generally given at the end of a scenario, adventure, or campaign, and they are not granted by the GM. Once a scenario is concluded, all participant players vote for whom the workhorse of the scenario was and whom the MVP was. The GM gets one vote, like all other players. So that is the general thing.
Fair. Okay. So there. So then now we're done. Because I don't think anyone had a
maybe
mold
do
breaker.
a trait vote soon.
Probably near the end of the capital stuff.
I mean, I feel like we're probably running up against a resources test soon.
Yeah, exactly. We are. So that's coming up. Yeah, and what better timing to do a resource test right before you're mustering up an army and having all these problems? So
we've got stacks though right now.
Oh, I want to be clear. I'm not mustering up an army to like fight the Mannings, right? Like when I gather an army, it's to go south.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll defeat the Mannings with money.
Okay, we'll see. Sounds good.
We will see.
Okay. Daniel, let's do some outros.
Sure thing.
Where can people find you?
Hi everyone. Yeah, I'm Daniel. I go by Naren. You can find me and my friends doing RPG and nerdy stuff on Charisma2AC. That is the YouTube channel Charisma2AC, where we play all sorts of different games: Werewolf, Masks, Burning Wheel, you name it. Then aside from that, what do I do? Not a lot that you would know of. You can, if you want to, you can follow me on Twitter at Daniel Akbas, which is, I believe I keep going back to this description, the most corporeal Twitter that exists, when nothing ever happens, but it's there. So, if you want to. I follow some interesting people, so retweets could happen. But that's about it. Other than that, chill sailing.
Yeah. Cool. Sam?
Hello, I'm Sam, aka Wizen Fool on Twitch, Wise Fool on the Discord. I am not doing a whole lot other than playing in this show on Twitch right now, but keep an eye out because I am planning on doing a little bit more streaming. As I said, I've been falling down the Shardbound hole, and that's got a big Twitch component, so I may be playing some of that. Keep an eye out. I'll be posting in the Discord if I am, and otherwise, if you see me, give me a holler, say hi.
Yeah, cool. And AP, what's up with you, man? How can people see what you do?
Jesus, I don't know. Just Google my name, AP Gaming Reel. You'll get all sorts of stuff.
What campaigns are you doing right now?
Oh my god. I have a Sprawl campaign on Saturday, and I've got a D&D 5e Moana / Helen of Troy campaign going on Thursday. It's fucked. Like, that campaign is so fucking epic right now.
Nice. Yeah, that's your Oceania one?
Yeah, they're trying to bring the gods back into the world after the gods were all stolen away, and they have no fucking clue what's going on, and they're constantly like, we should do the right thing together, bro, teamwork. Like, they are the most together party I've ever seen.
That's awesome. Cool.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
Great. Cool. And you can find everything I do here. And if not
Where is
here,
YouTube.com/Eric Vulgaris,
Yes.
Twitch.tv/Eric Vulgaris.
yes,
You can
Or-
buy your noble title at ericvulgaris.com.
I don't sell
Using the
noble
special-
titles. We're out of noble titles. Sorry.
All
But,
sold out.
We're fresh out. Yeah, and on certain very special days when the moon is right, aka every Saturday morning, I play as Cernidian over at Silent Osiris's channel, where we're doing a
I like that
Dragon
GIF.
campaign.
Did you see
Oh
it?
yeah, I did.
Yeah,
It's
it was
nice.
really good.
So
You were
That's
like,
us.
for glory!
yeah, so yeah, take care. That's a lot better than my constant being like, "Fuck, how did I mess up that roll?" So that's good. So that's good. That's awesome. All right, guys, that'll do it for us today. Take care. I gotta go do some stuff in real life. So this is great. Have fun. Have a great rest of your guys' weekend. See ya.
Peace
Have
out.
a good day.